Last night, the news was dropped by David Ornstein that United are out of the race for Manuel Ugarte. We are no longer going to be ripped off. We are not paying the price. We're going nowhere near deals like that unless the deal fits in with their price package. How do you feel about it? Get your comments in below. We didn't do a live. We did a premiere last night on the Ugarte news. I want to get your feelings. I've got a poll up in the chat there right now, guys. Get involved in that. Get your comments in. Unless you was under a rock, you wouldn't have heard that news last night. But where do United go from now? André from Brazil, another Brazilian in João Gomes from Wolves. We're going to talk about them. Ben Jacobs has been talking about what Manchester United are looking at now after dropping out of the Ugarte race. Everything else that's going on. AMRABAT now favourite. Scott Mctominay favourite to stay at Manchester United. Are you concerned or are you happy that Manchester United are just standing their ground? Interesting insight from what Gary Neville has said as well that no one's picked up on yet. And if you are a deep Manchester United fan, as in you like to look at the long-term picture of things, you'll be very interested in what to say about that and how he looks at things as well. So stay tuned for that. Give the video a like. Let's get 700 likes at least on this video, guys. Come on, we've got this. We're United. We're missing out on targets where we need to stick together. Subscribe to Forever United TV as well, everybody. Let's get into the show. I got you covered. This is going to get you set up for your day. You're fully up to date before you head into work with all Manchester United news. Let's get talking, everyone. I've already set the poll up, like I said. So United pull out of the Ugarte race. Good. No more overspending is one option. Worried missing out on a top target again is your other option. Let me know. Get involved in that poll, everybody. Okay, so where are we at? We talked about Ugarte last night. I gave my thoughts. I made them very clear. I've had a mixed response. We had a ton of comments off that video last night, guys. If you want to catch up on everything, when this show is finished, go and watch up on the Ugarte news that dropped last night on that video. It's the one just below this one on the main channel page. So, Ornstein dropped the news. Ugarte is out. Manchester United will not pay. As you can see going across the bottom of your screen there, it's come out. Manchester United will not pay anywhere near over what their price and what their price set is on any particular signing. They will not let the negotiations drag on. You will have absolute cretin moron people talking about Manchester United dragging negotiations on and waiting so long to come out of the race. Look, they tried to get their top target. They went as far as they could to get their top targets. They had a deadline, they had a price set, and they've cut it. What the hell is the problem? You're not going to overspend. We've got plenty of time to get another midfielder in. Manchester United are a different ballgame altogether. If you're going to believe people that are telling you that this is ridiculous and United have just wasted a whole window, then yeah, go for it. And you'll always and forever be disappointed being a Manchester United fan. Because you know what? This is how proper football clubs are run. Look at the guy André, who we're looking at right now. Liverpool chased him all last season, didn't get him because the price wasn't right. A season on, an opportunity's come around for Manchester United. Look, big teams don't buy players if they don't fit their price budgets. If they don't fit the right price, big teams don't do it. This is how proper football clubs are run. And yes, you could say that's fully my opinion. That is my opinion. I'm sick of dealing with the likes of Anthony, Sancho, all of these overpaid players. I don't want to say and disrespect Casemiro, but we overpaid for him. Again, desperate signings. Ugarte, good player, but are we really missing out? Is it the end of the world? Have we lost out to one of our rivals? No, because nobody else is in for him. Let that settle in. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world, people. Come on, wake up and smell the coffee. You need a coffee right now, I do. Literally, I'm just like buzzing from last night and everything that was going on still. As you can probably tell, I'm a little bit wired today. I don't know why, honestly, I can't tell you. But, yeah, United now in for André and João Gomes from Wolves. Look, I don't want to be the man that dampens spirits, but let's just, for instance, go into João Gomes and Ben Jacobs. Bless him, Ben. He's talking last night about Manchester United. He talks a lot on Caught Offside with Fabrizio Romano, so he gets a lot of insight, and he does have good contacts, Ben Jacobs, so we're not going to ignore it. But let's break João Gomes down, for instance, and let's just talk about that deal. Wolves brought him in last season. He's got 4 years to run on his contract. He is worth 60, 70 million euros. That's the price tag that Wolves have set on João Gomes. Good player. Not happening. Same price as Ugarte. Same age pretty much. Well, a bit younger. Yeah, I can understand if you're going for a younger player, you may pay a bit more, but Wolves are not going to let him go. They're going to absolutely rip United off for him. It's just another name, and you're going to get this happening now. Loads of names being thrown out there into the public eye for people to start writing about as a possible target for Manchester United. Look, United have a list of targets that they have gone down. They look at players that they know are realistically possible to get. They've seen an opportunity with PSG, and PSG stubbornly thought they could just take Manchester United to the cleaners with this one. They must be absolutely ridiculous. Or Manchester United have had this whole persona over the last 10 years, decades, since Felix Ferguson left and David Gill, that they're an easy ride. And all of a sudden, people are just being hit by this brick wall of like, what the hell are you talking about? No, we're not going to pay that much. See you later. So, yeah. You've bought João Neves. Good luck fitting Ugarte into that team and trying to keep everybody happy, PSG. Go for it. Happy with that. João Neves, sorry. João Gomes is the one that we're looking at from Wolves. I'm sorry, guys. It ain't going to happen. United are not going to bid that much for a player from Wolves. Wolves are quite within their right, having just bought this player, and he played well for him. Well over, I think he had 45 games last season for Wolves. He is a key, integral part to their side, and Wolves think that they're going places. Obviously, they have had their financial restraints, and we've seen them. And the only reason I think United would look at Gomes is because of that fine line that Wolves have got with financial fair play. This would be a massive turnaround and put them completely straight back into the green in terms of financial fair play, PSR, and everything like that. It would be a massive chunk of profit as well, because I think they only paid 17 million for him last summer, and now he's up at around 60 million. United won't spend it. If they can get that deal down to maybe the 40-odd mark, they may do a deal. I think they'll test the water. They'll do their due diligence, and we'll see what we come back with. But I just cannot see it happening, personally, just because of the price tag. Him only being there a year. Good player. United missed out on him. I think that's the case. Look, if it comes back around, negotiations go well, we'll be talking about it here, and I'll be happy because I think the lad is a good player. I do. And if you get him at the right price, it's definitely a good investment for Manchester United. But looking at André from the other side, 2 more years left on his contract. He's rated about 25-30 million euros, 23, exactly the same type of player as Ugarte, plays the same role. He has only had Brazilian football experience, so is that a worry? Is that a concern? Someone coming across to the Premier League for the first time. We've seen it before with many Brazilians come over and completely flop at Manchester United. I mean, I'm not saying Anderson was a complete flop. Some people loved him. Kleberson plays in that same position. There is a little bit of a fear factor there, but again, you get the player at the right price and you don't go overpaying for these players, then it's not as bad a deal. There's less pressure on these players. And let's be honest, he's got his Brazilian compadre there in Casemiro. He might find it easier to integrate into the side. We have a lot of South American talking players. We have a good contingent there now. So maybe the transitional over from South American football to the Premier League top level football at United will be a bit easier for these types of players. But yeah, that's how I see them 2 players there right now. I mean, guys, you get your comments in on both of them. Are you intrigued, or do you think them 2 players in particular are good enough for Manchester United? Have you got other options there? Look, like what it says at the bottom of the screen there, going back to where we're at right now with United, you're not going to overpay. You only have to look who's in place at Manchester United to know that they're not going to get ripped off anymore. Look at what City did with Jorginho, for instance, before he went to Chelsea. They were bidding for him, and the price didn't meet. They weren't happy with the deal. They walked away. That's what Barada is in charge of. He went back a season later and bought Rodri. C'est la vie. Do you know what I mean? This is what you're dealing with right now. United will always go back next season. Now, I'm not completely blind. I'm not completely stupid. I know that this midfield is not good enough to cope with the Premier League this season. And obviously, it's easy for United to get back into the transfer market and bid for good quality players if we're in the Champions League and we've got more money coming in. I understand all of that. And is this midfield ready for this season? No, it's not. I get that. I do think United will be in for another midfielder. I don't think it will be anywhere near the price and the type of profile player that Manchester United have been looking at and been linked with so far. It would be absolutely fantastic if he went in and got Zubimendi. It would be brilliant. I don't see it, though, at this stage. I don't know why. I just look at it and go, right now, the situation we're in, the noises that are coming out, there isn't enough. It's just speculative talk. And that could all change. Don't get me wrong. That could all change now. Now United have told PSG where to go with Ugarte. United could fully reinvest it into other targets like Zubimendi now and put all of their efforts into that. We've seen what full efforts from Manchester United bring when getting players through this summer. You look at Lenny Yoro. You look at what we did there. Weak, bang, gone in. That's it. When there's a player that we want and know there's a price there and it's willing to be accepted, then United will go in and they will get the deal done quick. It took us a week to get Lenny Yoro. There's over 3 weeks left of this transfer window. Let's not just go into meltdown mode like some people are online. It's not the end of the world. And do you know what? Next season, when United have money to spend because we didn't blow it and pay over the odds on a player that really was unproven in the Premier League. I'm not slagging off Ugarte or anything like that, but there was no guarantee he was going to work. And not work for 70 million euros, that is too much. Ugarte for 40, yes, that works, but not 70. You're blowing too much of your money away on one player there. And yes, as desperate as we are to get back into the Champions League, I don't think it's worth that money. United got Yoro done in a week. United pretty much got Xerxes over the line. Yeah, it took a bit longer. There was a bit more negotiating. But a couple of weeks pretty much from being right fully in there. And let's not forget, there's no one away on holiday now. Everyone's back at training. So Manchester United are in the perfect position now to go out and get the player that they want. They may not even buy a big-name player from Europe. It could be someone else. There are lots of rumours going around everywhere about other players that Manchester United will be... Manchester, I'm just seeing news just coming up now. Yeah, we have an update on Wan-Bissaka. I'll bring up you guys in a second as well. That's just come to me now. But yeah, going back to where Manchester United are at with the midfield situation. Xerxes took a couple of weeks. Joao took a week. Everyone's back pre-season training. Deals get done quicker now, I think, because everyone wants to be ready for the start of the season. So if United really go in for a player, then I feel like they will be full bore. And going off the record that we have had so far this summer, we will get deals done quickly enough to be ready for the start of the season. Everybody is panicking right now. I can feel it. I do. I mean, I'm just going to go into the poll right now. United pull out of Ugarte race. First option, good, no more overspending. Second option, worried, missing out on top targets again. Get voting on that poll, please, everybody. 68% of you are saying you're not bothered. It's no more overspending. That, I feel, has been the majority consensus, really, with the United fan base. Off last night's video, most people were messaging me, good, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need to be standing our ground. We need to be saying no to big teams. We're saying no to any team, really, when it comes to players coming in. So, yes, let's not actually jump at the first opportunity. Let's not jump. I can see Wayne putting in there. Look at Alvarez, just went to Athletic for 70 million. How on earth did they get 70 million for that guy? We can't even get offers for our own players. Baffling. Big contract, scores a lot of goals, very young player. That's how you get that money for him. And it's euros as well. So it'd be around about the 50 million mark for Alvarez. I think that's a fair price for Alvarez. The guy's a great player. He scores a lot of goals. And he's only behind Haaland. So, yeah, that makes sense. And he's got a bigger contract still. A lot of time to run. Wan-Bissaka right now, you look at Manchester United, 18 million for Wan-Bissaka. That's a good deal. That's Man United doing well. And in terms of the update on that one, is West Ham, now we're hearing, this news has just come out actually. We're hearing from Caught Offside, Wan-Bissaka, West Ham are willing to meet the 18 million asking price for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but cannot afford his current wages. His agent is now reportedly attempting to secure a portion of the 18 million transfer fee from Manchester United. It is now for United and Wan-Bissaka to come to an agreement on how they want to exit to play, how they want the exit to play out. Look, Wan-Bissaka looks done. Simple as that. That's United getting the right deal for a player with, what, a year left? Less than a year left on his contract. This is what Ineos are doing right now. Forget about what's gone before. What they have to deal with right now is the players that are available to them that they can sell to bring better players in. And when you've only got 1 year left on a contract, you're pretty much banging your head against the brick wall most of the time. You just got to get the best deal you can. If United get 18 million for Wan-Bissaka, yes, it may be a bit less because you have to negotiate in that release, that last year of the contract. There will be a bit of compensation to the player because the club want to sell him. It's not like he's put in a transfer request and voiding that out. He has been sold by the club, so there are bits of money that do go across. There are compensation packages. It's what happens in transfers. The Sun yesterday put that out as a story, saying that he wants this massive payout. It's normal in football. It's normal in football. United will be selling Wan-Bissaka, which will fund Mazraoui, possibly give us a little bit extra in to put together for maybe another midfielder. The way that United have treated the PSG situation with Ugarte, I don't see any extra money from Wan-Bissaka going into Matthijs de Ligt. Not a chance in hell, I don't think, now after that. United have got a price set for de Ligt, and I could see us walking away from him as well. As crazy as it is right now, I don't think we will, because I think Manchester United at this stage now, and where we're at with Matthijs de Ligt, I think we're not as far away as we were with PSG. I think United would have had an idea, or they would have had noises and talk with Bayern Munich and got a vibe that they are willing to drop the price a little bit or negotiate on it. Otherwise, we would not have been in on it. Guys, we have 1,500 people in the room with us and only 225 likes. You know what I'm going to ask? It's free content. Please give the video a like, guys. Come on, please. I want to talk about what Gary Neville was saying as well, guys, because Gary Neville is all for this, as you can imagine, businessman and all of that. Regarding the Ugarte situation, he said it's quite clear that Manchester United will just wait it out. They will not buy a player or go in because they need a player desperately that season. They have to make sure, and they will always make sure, that it's the right player. And he said there, it looks like they're going to wait a year. If they don't get the player that they want, they have all of their targets. If none of them come in at the right price that they want to pay, then they will just walk away and wait out a year and come back again. If that player is not there at the end of the season or the following summer, then they will go to other targets. It's simple right now for Manchester United and Manchester United fans to understand. It's because Manchester United's new regime, their new structure, is just not. It's not going to overbid. It's not going to waste the money. They have targets, they have prices, they are not going above them. I can see people bringing up. I'm going to go into the chat actually to speak to you guys. Adam, what's on with Mazraoui? Here he won't fly out with the team and wants a medical booked with us. Can you confirm that? Nothing definitely confirmed on that one, mate, at all that I'm hearing. It's basically a case of United now just getting Wan-Bissaka done, and then everything moves forward. Mazraoui looks like he's going to come in on his own. De Ligt looks like we've got more negotiating to do. And yes, everyone's going to panic at that because we want to be ready. And we're only a few days away from the season opener, which is the Community Shield on Saturday against Manchester City. I get it. Just to go over everything again, anyone who's just joining, we've got about 1,600 people in the room with us. Thank you so much. Amazing numbers for the early morning show, guys. Manchester United, according to Ben Jacobs, are turning their attentions to João Gomes from Wolves in midfield and André as well. Over in Brazil as alternatives to Manuel Ugarte after last night's news about Manchester United dropping out of the race for Manuel Ugarte, telling PSG they are no longer looking to buy him because he is too expensive. Look, Manuel Ugarte can come back into the equation here. PSG may change their mind. Look, they weren't expecting this. I said this before. PSG wouldn't have been expecting United to come out now and say, no, we're out of this. They are looking at this now and they're going, right, okay, what do we do now? We've got other targets we want to buy and they cannot buy them now because they've brought in João Neves for a big fee. It was exactly the same fee as what they were asking Manchester United for Manuel Ugarte. No, sorry, we're not funding your expenses. We're not funding your improvements. So don't think that Ugarte is dead in the water, by the way. And people who were running their mouths last night actually going on saying that United are a joke. Why wait this long? It's part of negotiations. It's transfers. United still want Ugarte. They've just told PSG they're not paying that price. Well, what do they want to do? United will wait it out. We've got AMRABAT waiting in the wings. What happens with him now? We can bring him in really cheap and have a cheap player there, not on massive wages. We could possibly loan AMRABAT back in again. Scott McTominay, what happens with that now? I don't know if this changes anything. According to what everyone is writing, nothing changes regarding what Manchester United's operations are for the summer, what Manchester United had planned. So any deals that were on, say for players coming in or going out, nothing changes because of injuries. Nothing changes if certain targets don't come in. They stick to the same plan with every single target that they've got. So as far as it is, Fulham do need to come in with another bid to get closer to United's target for Scott McTominay. But don't be surprised if it's AMRABAT on loan, it's Scott McTominay in midfield again next season, and United spend no big significant money on any midfielder at all. That is a reality. The other reality is, like I just said, that United could still be back in for Ugarte because PSG buckle after not expecting what United did last night in dropping out of the race. That's another reality. I fully expect Ugarte's name to be coming back up in conversations again throughout this transfer window, 100%. But still, we have to look at other options and just expect now, like with André, like with Gomes now from Wolves, you're going to get names thrown everywhere. And which ones are serious, which ones are not? We will see. We will see, won't we? But in terms of Wolves' João Gomes, 4 years left on his contract. He's contracted in until 2028. They want 60 million for him. United are not going to buy Gomes. Not unless, like I said, with Wolves being so tight to the financial fair play and PSR tightrope, that line, that border, they're bang on it. They may buckle a little bit and we might be able to get him cheaper. But as it is, definitely not. United have already said no to a fee for Ugarte. Anywhere in that region price-wise, again, it will be a no. So look at Gomes and say that's definitely not happening. André, that is an option for United. Again, 23-year-old Brazilian holding midfielder, good injury record, good player, call-ups for international duty and everything. It's, again, the big risk is bringing in a player that has not played in the Premier League before, coming from South America. Should we even be taking that seriously? I don't know. But they're the pros and the cons for them two players, really. Please keep liking the video, guys. We're creeping up to that 400 like mark. Let's see if we can get that up to 500 likes. I'm going to quickly get into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Give you guys a chance because we didn't do the full live show last night. I think we get De Ligt and Mazraoui, but I'm not sure we will get a central midfielder now. It looks like AMRABAT will be back. It's a bit harsh. Ugarte will be United player by August 31st, says Kim. Stick to the plan, yeah. What's the plan? Finishing 8th again? Nope, I didn't say that, Sam. Finish 8th? Well, to be honest, we've got enough players there, fit and available, to finish in the top 4 with what we've got right now, have we not? I think we have. Ten Hag told us we have. AMRABAT will cost us again. I don't see any AMRABAT videos anywhere that gives me a clue maybe that he is a no-brainer. Premier League. Ineos leave that deal to avoid inconveniences at the club in future if we buy him. Michael says, but what impact will playing with the same midfield as last season have? We are heading to that prospect. Yep, I know. I still think United will bring in a midfielder. I just don't think it's going to be any big name. I said that. I mean, you could actually see Ugarte coming into Manchester United still. He could come in, but you have to look at the reality of where we're at. United won't pay any. So unless PSG drop their price dramatically, then he is not going anywhere. But has this prompted PSG into action? That's what we've got to say. And I think that's what we need to keep our eye on now more than anything. United will go around looking for other targets. I just don't see them spending a lot of money. They have money to spend and they've got that money set out for De Ligt and Ugarte. I think they're confident they're going to get the deal that they want for Matthijs De Ligt, but that money's there now floating around for United to do. So, yeah, let's look at it and say, really, United now get De Ligt through the line, over the line, get Mazraoui over the line, and then let's see if PSG come back to the table. I think United have got other options. They do, and they will be looking elsewhere. I'm like you guys. I know this midfield isn't good enough. going into the new season. I know it's not. But I don't want Manchester United to be buying players that are too expensive, not worth that money. And you know what? That money could be spent later on next season. It's crazy right now. It is. And United are in a position where we do need another midfielder in. But do you want Manchester United to be overspending for players when there could be a better player that comes in next summer? I know this. I'm stuck. I can feel myself getting stuck in the conversation because I know what we need this summer. But I don't want us to desperately be overspending just because we need him this season. Derek South, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you, mate. Keep giving the video a like, guys. Cheers. Loads of you in the room. Record numbers, guys. 1,700 people. Wowza. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. This is your morning update. We're going over everything that's happened. I'm just going to quickly run through everything else which is going on to make sure we haven't missed out on anything. The news regarding Wolves' João Gomes and Fluminense's André came from Ben Jacobs. It was on a appreciation sort of factor. They do like them players. They are looked into, but they're not deep down with any conversations. Honestly, if you ask me now, do I fancy United bringing in either one of these players? No, I don't. I don't want to be that horrible breaking bad news to you guys type of person, but the reality is, no, I don't. I don't think they're. Not saying that they're not good enough right now. Are they better than what we've got? Probably, you could say that. But again, I don't think United, with the noises that's going around, everything that's going on, I don't see United going in for them players at all. I just feel like United right now are hoping that something happens with Ugarte and PSG. That slap in the face that they got comes back and works in United's favour. Super chat in from Matt Millen YouTube says Johnny Cardoso at Betis is a 6. Is a 6. Milan offered 20 million euros and Betis want 30 million euros. 22-year-old bargain. Look, United will have all of their targets all over the planet, all over Europe, and they'll know who they want to bring in if certain scenarios come about. Say, for instance, now we drop out of Ugarte and we don't get Ugarte, there will be another option. I personally think it's AMRABAT. I do. I think it'll be AMRABAT that comes in if we don't get anyone else. United know it's the safer option, and they will wait it out. They'll wait it out until next summer, and that's going to pain a lot of Manchester United fans. It is. But guys, that is your morning update. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Record numbers for a morning show there. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Get your comments in below. Let me know what you think regarding the Ugarte, regarding the two midfielders. What midfielder you would bring in? Are you happy if it is AMRABAT and Mctominay again this season? Oh, I know that sends shivers down a lot of fans' spines, that one. Thank you for the super chats, new members, mods, and all current members that have been in the chat. Thank you, guys. You've been absolutely epic again. And we will be back at lunchtime with a bigger update and more information on everything that's going on. I've got a feeling there's going to be loads of news breaking today. But yeah, for now, guys, that is it. Cheers for tuning in, everybody. Have a fantastic morning. I'll see you all a little bit later on.